So, hey guys, it's me. Once again, I am using my phone because my camera on my iPad, it works sometimes it doesn't. I don't want to take that chance. I don't know if you can see through the blinds, but it's a pretty nice day outside. I'm still at my grandmother's, probably gonna be heading home soon because a I have a date Wednesday, and I'm seeing a friend of mine, a real close friend of mine, tomorrow. So I might head home. My hair is growing back in already, really fast. But yeah, so yesterday on my social media, I basically made a short video using like this thing. It's like a slideshow, but I kind of show where I was when I first started my hormones, which was 8.5 months ago, up until where I am at now, which is I kind of just chronicle that. So basically, from my first year of college up until now, which is I'm going into my third year. Um, and I don't know, it was really something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I wanted to wait until I had got a significant weight because I know for some people they do their updates every few months. I did mine. Um, I might do another one once I hit the 9 month mark, just because like I didn't really have like the pictures I used may not have actually been as accurate as I wanted them to. The beginning and the end pictures was fine. It's just the middle that I'm still a little worried about. But so yeah, and I just basically wanted to do that. Basically, talk about how it affected me, and I guess I'm gonna talk about that in this video, and probably make another one about another topic because I have a few topics in mind. But for me, transitioning was it was a reliever for me because it allows me to be my I for me it was me finally coming into the person that I knew I always was. Um and that's something that I had really wanted to do because when I was little, I didn't really grow up with these terms: transgender, pansexual, all of that. The only thing that I knew was gay and straight. I didn't know of anything else. It wasn't until I got into middle school I learned of bi, and it wasn't until like it was a while before I learned about any of the other terms. And so I basically just always felt different than everybody else. I didn't really know how. I knew I didn't identify with the conventional ways that someone who was born male identifies. I didn't really vibe with that. So, excuse me. So I eventually went and did some research. My late middle school years, along with my early high school years, it was a lot of research and time for me. Mainly because the whole thing was religion, but a lot of it was also just me looking into the different identities, learning that there are a bunch of different identities on the spectrum. Um, and we're really kind of I actually stumbled upon the term transgender because I used to watch Degrassi before they killed off Adam, and I learned of it there. And so I looked into it because that seemed to also match me, and sure enough, it did. So after I did all the research, I'm like, hey, I'm trans. Um, because at the time I just thought I just identified as gay, like really gay, and now here we are. Today I did a little bit more researching because I wanted to start hormones. I always wanted to um have my outward appearance match what I felt on the inside. So I always wanted to dress really feminine. I always wanted to have like a somewhat feminine body. And I did the research about the hormones, and I wasn't able to start spiralactone until the summer of last year. So it'll be a whole year on spiralactone in June because I wasn't able to start it until then. And I wasn't able to start estrogen until last August because of some stuff going on with my blood work. And it's been an experience for me. It's not all been pleasant because like even though I'm taking these hormones, I've had a lot of ups and downs. I still get dysphoria. One thing that I really struggled with during my transition, aside from my mental health and stuff, um, was because of the fact like my genitalia. I used to hate having the genitalia I do now. Is not something that I really wanted, and I wish I could get rid of it. But now as I've gotten a little further down, um, I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't cause me a huge area of dysphoria just because like it's not. Um, Honestly, it's not that noticeable through my clothes. Even if I wear like dresses, when I wear shorts, it is not that noticeable. Which is really good because I don't have to tuck and all of that stuff. But that's something that I used to struggle with. Now I'm just a little bit indifferent. It's like if I could get rid of it, I would, but I'm not really pressed about it. Um, I don't know, but that's something that took me a while to get to this point because before I used to be like, oh, I hate it. I want to just take a knife and just cut it off, and it's just like now I've kind of gone away from that. Wow, this video is gonna be kind of long, but that's okay. Um, so this is just where I came from with that, and another thing that kind of really irked me, and it still irks me as I'm transition, is that when you transition, a lot of people think that there's just this binary where you transition. You either male transition into female, or female transition into male. A lot of people, it's a binary that a lot of these people have, and that doesn't really accurately fit me because while I identify as a female, I don't dress the part, even when I'm at college or at a place where I am able to dress how I feel. I don't dress extremely feminine for the most part. For me personally, um, I don't know. I just prefer. I like dressing androgynous basically. So I like dressing in the middle because for me that's just my style. I like wearing beanies. I like wearing flannels. I will wear shorts. I'll wear jogging pants. If I'm on certain days, I might wear like really feminine stuff. So I might wear like dresses, booty shorts, skirts, that type of stuff. And I'm not really like a big makeup person either. I'll wear lipstick and I'll do my nails, but that's about as much as I'll do. But I'm not really like this person who likes to have like to dress super feminine. And there are a lot of people who, even in the LGBT community, who give me shit because it's like, well, because I don't dress as feminine, as far as I'm not dressing super feminine, their thing is, well, oh, you're not a real woman or stuff like that. And my whole thing with that is what I've come to realize as I've been in college and been around other people is that, it's not about, this is my transition. This is my journey and it has nothing to do with anybody else. So, however I feel, however I choose to dress and express myself, that's just the way it's gonna be. And for me, I choose to dress really androgynous like. Sometimes I'll dress really feminine. Sometimes I like to mix things up just to confuse the fuck out of people. Sometimes I'll wear like a skirt, but then wear like a freaking flannel, like a snapback and stuff like that. And I just like to mix it up. But that's me though. I am more so in the middle. Um, which is why sometimes even with my pronouns, even though I identify as a woman, I still prefer they them. I'll use she her if because sometimes that's can be adjustment. I'm like, okay, she her is fine, but my preference is more so they them because it just suits me. It just suits me, and that's something that I had to learn on this road of my transition. I had to. I don't know. It was just a process for me. I had to get to that point because I wasn't always at this point, and it feels really good to be to the point where I know what I like to wear. I mean, I'm still figuring out stuff about myself. Because I'm also on the age spectrum, and there are times when sex is just like ugh. Because I identify as demisexual, so I don't even get sexually attracted to people until I have that emotional connection with them. And I also identify as pansexual. So I don't know. It's still a confusing journey for me because I'm still trying to figure out what fits me best. I say I'm pansexual just because like I am attracted to pretty much men, women, non-binary people, gender fluid people, just by anybody on the freaking spectrum. Um, but the whole concept of sex to me is just weird because like sometimes I really want sex, and then sometimes I'm just like I can be just repulsed by it. So to be honest, I'm still figuring that stuff out about me. But this is the wonderful part about being able to finally have this freedom is that I can learn what I'm into, my style, what I'm attracted to, who I'm attracted to. Um, but this is all stuff that didn't come easy to me on my on my journey as I transition and stuff because I still have a long ways to go to get where I want to be. I want to change my name probably, if not, I'm hoping to do that by my fourth year in college or even my fifth year because I want to, that's something I really want to do is just change my name. Um, yeah, because the name that I chose is Tiffany because at the time it fit me, but I'm also considering even changing that just because to me it's just really feminine and it doesn't really describe me. I want my name to actually like describe me, so I might pick a more gender neutral name or use one of my nicknames. I have to see. But that's something that I get to do as I move forward on this journey, as I transition. Um, I am happy with what's happened so far with the hormones because, like, my skin is so much softer, so much smoother. My body, I can feel the changes in my body. Even some of them have to deal with like sexual arousal. Some of them have just been with chest because I've developed breasts and I have to wear a bra if I want to go out because they are kind of noticeable. Depending on what I'm wearing. Right now, they're not too bad. I mean, you can kind of see, but they're not too bad. Um, Hips wise too. But nothing like too big. So I'm I'm happy because I'm at this point, but there's a lot I have a long ways to go. Some people said you're always transitioning once you start. It's just a continuous journey, and honestly, I feel like they couldn't be more right. Because I constantly learn new stuff about myself every day, and I don't know. So that's just kind of my video, kind of talking about where I'm at, how I identify right now in my transition. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, for sticking with me through this process, and I will catch you all later.